reconnecting to both platforms, both Twitch TV and TikTok Live. And in theory, we've fixed the audio archive issue. I'm tragically embarrassed to have realized and have to admit that the last 7 days worth of footage, mostly me overindulging in Helldivers 2, has all been archived without the correct audio settings set up for it to preserve the audio. It streamed live correctly, but it did not archive correctly, so that sucks. Means that's why I wasn't pulling any magic movie loops, and I could have sworn I called out some requests in one of the videos, and it was like, can't find anything, and I'm like, what? I should have checked then. I didn't. I found out today after my last stream because I was going to go see how the video looked, not how it sounded. Anyways, friends, I've also been told that 33.3 is way too loud, apparently. We're going to bring it down to 44. That sounds like it's way too loud, way too quiet, but yet earlier today I was playing and I had some music, some DJ Zed playing in the background, and I was told that I could not be heard over the music. And the same is true with the Xbox audio, so we're going to try to temper that down a bit. Apparently it pumps through really loud. At any rate, we're back. Fingers crossed, when I go back to revisit this video, I'll have normal audio. You'll be able to hear me talking. You'll be able to hear DJ Zed in the background. It won't be too loud. And we'll be able to hear the video game. Haven't played Call of Duty in a hot minute. I think there's a new spooky season event. So let's fire up the game and find out what's going on. Let's dive in. This will be a relatively short episode because it's Friday and I want to do first impression stuff. And I've not been landing my day of the week themes. I didn't do Throwback Thursday yesterday. I didn't do Writing Workshop Wednesdays this week at all. And I had this technical flub. I'd be even more upset if I'd done a really great Writing Workshop Wednesday episode and there was no audio to make clips from it. So I guess in one way, it worked out. But here we are. Comedy gold. Make a clip of that, Eclipse. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be more diligent about checking settings. I'm also going to do another settings review to see if I can't push the performance up a little higher, mostly focusing on the kilobytes per second. We now have it up to 4,420. I don't remember what the highest recommended setting was, but it wasn't liking it before. I don't know if it'll be a good idea or a bad idea to change it now. I'm not going to change it while we're live. All right. Blah, blah, blah. There's our intro. Let's get into the game. Oh, nope. Wrong game. Play Call of Duty. Check that out, folks. This event completed, and I got in the top 10 again. Without even trying. I gave up on it, and I was like, I'm not going to try to get up higher. But top 10's not bad. Let's go equip that. Top 10 zombies thing. Top 10 other zombies thing. Why aren't they right next to each other? Did I get it? Did I not get it? There it is. Kaboom! What's this one? Oh, let's go with this guy right here. What's this? With 3 armor plates equipped, get 50 eliminations. Nice. Well, for now. Actually, let's put them all back to automatic. So if we get any new things, where am I on my progression? We still got a little bit to go to get to 55. And we'll be done with it. This prestige, we're almost there. Sorry, echo chamber. Okay, so this will be fun. This is passive. We can just collect videotapes on everything, and hopefully it won't be a big hassle. Let's get to it. I don't remember if it said it included zombies or not. Frag? Let's go to frag. Let's switch out to frag. Oh, it doesn't roll over. Alright. Give me a second. We're going to swap all these to frag so that we can, no matter what we use, we can knock out that challenge. And this is like the tedious bit that you got. I mean, I got to do it every time. You can't ignore the challenge, especially if it's an easy one. I cannot believe I've been posting videos on the video on demand shelf on Twitch and on the archive over on one of my YouTube channels that have no audio for a whole week, and I didn't realize it. Like, the live streams sounded fine. People would chat with me when I got real people. But then I would go, you know, I went back and reviewed the week's worth of stuff, and it was just like silent. So annoying. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to put on the headset so we can be chatty during the course of the thing. Take a toke real quick. In we go.
Team deathmatch. We have our orders. See it through.
I don't know this God damn it. Ah! Oh, for shit's sake.
Enemy throwing
Hostile
stun.
UAV established overhead.
Oh, brutal. What was that? Oh, yeah. It's intense.
Grenade going
shit.
out. All right, come get resupply.
We've taken the lead. Stay on task. Hostile counter UAV established
Ah,
above.
I'm sucking today so bad. Like, I am not feeling it. And my brain is like, go play
We've given up the lead.
that other game. This game is too sensitive. Ah! Damn it.
Got a threat.
Oh, that's friendly, damn it. Ah! Not liking this machine at all.
Enemy CUAV inbound.
Oh. What are this? Oh yeah, these new ones. I haven't used this yet. Today. Look at this lovely theater building. I love a theater like this.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it wasn't a person.
Oh, I gotcha.
Ah!
Frag sent.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Ah.
Target down.
Oh, come on.
Cell pack has been destroyed.
What machine is that?
Hostile
One
counter
man
UAV
stun
established
man.
above.
Krig's
Mark's been deleted.
machine. Oh, I don't like this setup. Gosh darn it.
Enemy with Semtex.
Ah! Arm was so gooey.
Watchdog Hilo incoming on your location.
Enemy grenade.
Oh, brutal. It just takes so long to fucking throw the grenade. Why does it take so long? I set it to 0. Oh, shit. I'm just playing super bad against super sweaty players. What the fuck is this helicopter? Shit. Oh my god, I was a bad guy. How did I not realize?
Watch shot people engaged.
Outplayed Crimson 1. Step it up.
Should take. Of course, it's been shot down. This whole back area is like, wait, what? Oh, fuck! I was just standing there. That was
Damn it,
embarrassing.
Crimson.
I just want to stop playing now. I totally just want to stop playing now.
Look, the math's not hard. We lost.
Oh, there's no camp. Okay. Nailed it on that Semtex, man. BMP. Where's that character from? One all the way to my left. Okay. Ooh, oh, no wonder we were being destroyed. We were 2 men short. They were always on top of it. Okay, for funsies, we're going to leave these lobbies. I'm going to back the F out. We're going to go visit ranked real quick just to see what's what. Oh, not ranked. Warzone. Zombie Royale, Resurgence, Casual Zombies. I should probably play that. These are all the same. What do we got in challenges? Legacy. The Bryson. Huh, that's funny. Usually things, it's a compensator, so it's not silencing it, it's relieving the recoil, but that's making a lot of noise. We'll put that there, I guess. No, not that. Oh yeah, that. It's just a general grip. I don't know for what. But hey, unlocking things. Same things over here. We've already looked at this. Don't need to look at that again. Those are ridiculous setups. I don't have a sniper in that at all. Get out of here with that. This should be a sniper. The TR2. I don't remember which one I liked the most. What do we got? Battle rifle department. No, go assault rifles. I don't know what this is. What's going on with this? This doesn't even have magic amounts of stuff on it. I don't even remember making that. Like, what? What kind of combo is this? Oops, sorry, microphone. There you go, freaking destroying the microphone. Snapping. Which one's the new one? The Merrick. I don't even know if those will save. They tend to not. Players plus bots plus zombies. What? I feel really off. I feel like I'm not playing very well, and I don't know if that's because I've been away from the game and I'm rusty, or because it's a strange hour of the day and I'm playing against professional sweats, or a bit of both. Usually when I take a little bit of a break from the game, I often come back feeling stronger, and like my first few days I feel like I'm playing extra good. But I feel really, really, really not impressive right now. I feel like I suck. But let's play this Resurgence Casual Zombies thing. Sure, we'll join the squad. Hello, White Werewolf. What's up? Thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping by. How are things over on the Division 2? I might touch base on that game and actually try to play it a little bit later today. But I make no promises so that I can fail and not feel too guilty about it. Welcome in. Thanks for dropping by. We're waiting on this Resurgence Casual with zombies. I don't know if that's going to be amazing or horrible. I hate having the headset on when I don't need it. Gives me a headache. Okay. Rebirth Island is tiny. It's going to be a mess. Okay. I will probably play through the tutorial on the first one and then take a break. And then play the tutorial on the first one, on the second one, and take a break. Well, I might go second one, number 2 first, and then number 1 second, just to check them both out. And then I'll come back and get to back to the second one again and check it out a little further.
Check your gear and weapons.
Ah. Got one. matters.
All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
Ah, see? Okay. Here we go. Both I've got the first one and the second one from the franchise. So I'll probably be checking out both of the games. Just for the sake of it. Just do the tutorials on both in like the first campaign chapter.
Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets and bring it back faster.
Oh, no one's
Your
on
team
comms.
leader. Set a drop point for your squad soldier.
I'll try to keep up, but no one's on comms, so I have no idea what the plan is. Where is the team?
Inserting
Oh my god,
additional
that's a
armor.
zombie!
Not done yet.
Yuck.
Changing mags.
What? This is madness. What was this other thing? No. What is this? Locate supply boxes.
Switching mags.
You guys were so far
Supply
away.
box marked. Secure those locations.
Where?
Supply box secured. 2 to go. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Come here.
Reloading.
Oh my god. Stop doing that.
2 supply boxes secured. 1 remaining.
Care package available for delivery.
Someone just fucking parachuted up on the thing.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your TAC map. Get hunting. Enemy UAV overhead.
Whoa.
Squad mates are in the safe zone. Gas is moving. Target down. Marking the rest of
TACCOM,
them.
get a care package on my location. Changing mags.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Muscle armor broken.
Enemy destroyed.
Whoa!
TAC map to hunt
Last
down
mag.
the rest of them.
Like, I'm bad enough at Warzone shit, dude. Like, I don't need a fucking zombies all over my fucking... What's this?
Switching mags.
Yikes.
Enemy dropping into the AO. The enemy is no longer tracking you. You lost them.
Thanks. Those shoots make great targets.
What is this?
Located the rest of them. Marking enemy.
Reloading.
Nine left. Keep the pressure on. Squad mates back on station. Good work. Contract complete. All supply boxes found.
Whoa. What is this?
Changing mags.
Enemy soldier incoming. Marksman rifle. Mark remaining
5 kills.
operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
The fucking zombies!
Hostile airstrike incoming.
Switching mags.
Zombies are insane. Did I get any of the cool things I'm supposed to get? Where the fuck is this thing going?
We've got 10 squads active in the field.
Oh, for crying
Gas
out
is
loud.
closing in. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Shit.
Takes more than that to finish me. Hostile armor broken.
Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Reloading. Enemy tactical incoming.
No, I don't want to deal with that right now. I don't know where that is, man.
You have reinforcements inbound.
Changing mags.
Okay.
Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted.
I have no idea where anybody is. I'm terrible at this part.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the side. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Switching mags.
Arm the explosive device and maintain a defensive perimeter. The target's marked on your tac map.
What? Why? I didn't pick that up.
Inserting additional armor.
Resurgence window is ending. Watch your 6.
Where is this?
Get your squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind.
Reloading. Incoming shots.
Fire sale's over. Adjusting prices.
Enemy impact.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Kill confirmed. We've located
Under fire. Switching mags. Inserting additional armor.
advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps. Supply crates have been restocked. Load up.
Where the fuck did that guy go? There he is. Oh.
Oh shit! 10 kills and still going.
Woo! Did I get that guy though? I don't know.
Use the revive.
Fucking zombies.
Enemy
Hostile trap
soldier
sighted.
incoming.
Not done yet.
Shit. Oh fuck!
Under fire.
Brutal. Never mind. I never did find. I found my team a little bit, but then this situation happened.
Inbound.
Okay, well, good times. I'm gonna take my headset. Yeah, I know you were talking about two. I've got both though because I have a weird completionist bug. Oh, and I did that whole thing without the camera, and I was kind of mugging at the camera. I do that to myself all the time. Hang on. So that's probably way too loud. I'll forget to turn the camera back on, and I'll be like, "Meh, what's up, camera? I'm talking to you." And then, of course, when I remember to put the camera on, I forget to mug at the camera, and I'll just stand around. See, I wish I had caught up with the team.
You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
Be nice to. They're gonna win probably. It's a neat little trick. Yikes! What machine is that? He shot single and. Oh no, he's switching. Nice. I6 Model 7. Okay. Oh, he's in the gas.
Only 2 left.
See, he's a good. I should be playing this more often. Is my problem. I get into multiplayer and play that for a while till I get burnt out, and then I stop. And then I don't play this. And this is what everyone's really into.
You're losing ground. Move.
Ah! Zombies. I hate zombies. But I've kind of grown fond of Call of Duty's on. There it is. There it is. Get him. Ooh. Boom. Nice. And he found a ladder up to the roof. Oh, no. Don't get caught. Don't get caught out. He's interestingly, like, not worrying about the zombies too much. Third party. And he was shooting at his own teammate instead of down the stairs. I don't know if they were talking to each other. They seem to be all off comms to me.
Last chance. Finish the job.
I'm now totally enthralled. And I'm sad that I fucking effed it up and I didn't catch up with them. I should have prioritized catching up with them. That's tiny circle. Boom.
Targets eliminated.
Well done. I sucked today. I apologize. I haven't played in a while. Good times, though. Okay. Those guys are on, like, super generic operators. Dark zones, PvP areas. I look forward to that. I'm intrigued to see what that's like because it does feel like the gameplay is very different. Okay. Kaboom. Okay. I'm torn as to what to do. Part of me wants to carry on. I have not played this Warzone mode, and I've been in a zombies mood lately. Something about Halloween season coming around has made me, over the years of trying to compensate for missing out on Call of Duty for so long. I guess it's grown on me in part because there's always all this social media. Like if you join any number of Call of Duty groups, and I was talking with someone yesterday, and they didn't realize that Facebook was a hotbed of gaming activity. They were like, Facebook, and I was like, yeah, Facebook. Like there's a bazillion gamers that like Facebook is their internet, and everything else sort of ends up there for them, so they don't go anywhere else. Because I was bragging about I launched the first ever guild for SimCity back in the day. And then I might take a break because I don't remember if I ate or not, and I'm in a mood. And as much as I like Call of Duty, I also want to switch things up. I'm also not, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. What was the story I was talking about? I distracted myself. So I didn't have audio on. I already told that. I fucked up my last week's worth of talking about the headset drama while playing Helldivers 2 and trying to talk with other Helldivers and hoping that I figure out how to avoid the static. It's all gone. I was hoping to get funny clips of me being like, I'm an idiot. But no. Fingers crossed, I think I fixed that problem. I seem to. I did a test episode of me just talking for a minute. You don't go to DZs? Interesting. So the events that your guild runs, they're not in those DZs. They're in something else. I'm excited to figure out how it plays. I'm a little worried for your sake, I guess, for the sake of our burgeoning virtual acquaintanceship. I'm worried that I'm going to play these games and I'm going to be like, I do not like the way it moves. It's entirely possible. It's happened to me before where I really wanted to like a game. I'll catch up. I really wanted to like a game and I, loaded it up and played it and I've never played it again because I didn't like the way it moved. There's a couple of free to play 6v6 kind of things and arena looter shooters kind of things. I tried, and no matter what I did in settings, everything felt clunky and slow, and I would just not play them. Not that I'm saying it's going to feel like that. I don't know. I'm acknowledging that it is within the realm of possibility. Okay, what was your last comment? Division 2 has their Halloween event going. That's right. It was fun. Already beat it. You get a cool outfit if you beat the boss 4 times. Oh, you got to beat the boss 4 times. Well, there is where I am a sucky player. I like in the Call of Duty Zombies this whole year. I've played it a percentage of my time, less than half. I've never gotten past like 20, 25 rounds. I've never completed the Easter eggs. I've never beaten the boss. I barely make it to the point where you power up your weapon with the Pack-a-Punch machine. Like, I don't... But, I'll check it out, that's for sure. So the Halloween event is not multiplayer. It's like a zombies thing, I guess, or something similar. The part of me that wants to just stop. But it's only been 40 minutes. I haven't played at all. I just feel like I suck. I want to play though because of the events, and I want to grind out the wins. But I got carried just now hard. I talked myself into a corner. You can go up in the game. Nice. He drops a different piece each time. Nice. I like that. That's kind of funny. Ugh. There's a. I have a back. Let me. I'm staring at stuff on the Xbox screen. I have to be honest with you. For irrational, purely impulsive reasons, I've been on a Helldivers fix. Like, I've been getting up in the morning, and this will change for me randomly. I'll get up in the morning and I'll be like, oh, I'm craving a little bit of such and such game. I've been waking up, I swear to you, and it's so weird because looter shooters, extraction shooters, not my thing. I've tried them before, different ones, and it's never been like super. It's never been like, ooh, I'm in love with this game. And I don't know what it is. There's something approachable yet challenging, daunting yet reassuring about Helldivers, and I can't put my finger on it, but that's the only way I can describe how I feel. I forgot to tab over to Twitch, to TikTok, and bury it so I could see all the people. Monique Domingue, most recent. I probably mispronounced that. You're only level 12. Rock on. I think you grind a little faster the more you force yourself to play harder levels. The unlocking of the higher level difficulties is independent of your player level. So it isn't like at level 50 you can play difficulty 6. It isn't like that. You just have to complete a mission to unlock the next difficulty level. I think. I've been a chicken. Someone's dragged. If you get pulled in by someone else to a higher level, I don't think that unlocks it. Someone dragged me to a level 10. That was, and I was not ready. I was like in my mid-teens, and that was madness. I love Helldivers. A catch-22 about Helldivers is that the additional content, the war bonds, it's fair because you can totally earn the credits and grind it out and unlock them by just playing the game. You do not need, there is no tier that is exclusive to cash money transactions. You obviously can dump credits in to unlock them. Rock on. I don't remember. Are we already friends in that? Because a standing invitation. Anytime you're playing Helldivers, if you notice me in the game, join my session or invite me to yours, whichever way. Whether or not we are already friends on it, and please do feel free to send me a friend request in the game. My only requirement is that everyone be relaxed and groovy. Maybe I should punch up the kilobytes per second. Is it stable at 4,444? It's actually a little higher than that. Not an HD2 yet. Okay, well, something to look forward to. I forget what level I am. I just raced up a few levels because I've been playing it exclusively. Although tragically, the episodes are unwatchable on either Twitch or my YouTube because they're dead silent. The live stream audio didn't get preserved correctly because some reset happened that I then didn't double check all the things, and still frustrated about it. It's going to have me paranoidly checking the stream like every every episode, every time I do a stream now. I have my problem. Oh, thanks. Rock on. Yeah, I'm in my 30-somethings. Into that level in Helldivers. One of the themes that I wanted to do for my live stream channel is to do on Fridays, do like first impressions. Here's a game I haven't played. If I did play it, it was so long ago I do not remember anything about it that I want to do first. I just saw this drop, and I like me a cozy, goofy. I don't know how I feel about Hogwarts. I never really watched the movies, and I didn't read the books. I don't know why. This was an impulse download because it would fit and it looked cute. And that's just the ones on the first row. But like the Altars, I started and I want to reboot it for First Impression Fridays. I got to do a whole special on all my Assassin's Creed stuff. I just found Bounty Star, which is like a little indie small solo mech thing, adventure deal. I technically have started Expedition 33, but I didn't really get past beyond the basic tutorial, and I didn't really launch the main campaign, so it would be fair to call it a first impression take to restart this and play it again. I would say the same thing about Chorus. Dragon Age, I think I've progressed enough that I would leave it wherever I'm at, but I also think I'm stuck somewhere dumb where I don't remember what the F is going on. I might start that over again. Dragon's Dogma, I've moved on enough that I just need to keep moving. Oblivion, the Far Cry series, I've started Far Cry 6, but I would probably restart all of them if I have any little bit of thing. Greedfall, I finally just got established on the main island that you get to. Hogwarts was fun, you say? Okay, good to know. I played a little Frostpunk 1, and it's like a city management stuff. And I like city managers, but I did not like Frostpunk 1. And I hear that they changed the overall emphasis of how Frostpunk 2 works. So I'm giving it a try, but I haven't fired it up yet. Hellblade 1 and 2, I've like fired them up and played like the opening moment, but I haven't actually really played them, so it'd be fair to call it a first impression. Indiana Jones, I barely just got started and haven't touched. Mecha Break, I wouldn't call it a first impression. This Tomb Raider, I haven't done first impression. If I do Division 2 or 1, it would be a first impression reboot because I did fire them up once a long time ago. And I was tripping out about how pretty they are, but I wasn't sure that I knew like if I was going to play them or not. BioShock, I just reinstalled Battlefield 1 and 4 on a challenge because I was asking about whether or not I should get Battlefield 6, and they're like, if you do, you got to play all the rest. I'm like, I will do 2 out of the campaign, out of the franchise, because there's like 5 of them. I'll do 1 and 4 right in the middle, and this is 6. It's almost an even spacing. We got the BioShock series. We got all these Call of Duty games that I've not played the campaign through. The Dragon Age series, which I would consider a first impression. I have not played that. I've got the whole series. I've got not all Far Cry, but I've got a bunch of different Far Cries, including Primal, which I kind of want to restart because I'm somewhere deep, but I feel stuck and I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. And I want to play it again after playing some of the other Far Cries for a hot minute. I've got a couple of different Tomb Raiders that are the newer ones that look really pretty. I think I've got the trilogy of the newest ones, so I'm supposed to play through those. There's the Division 1. I've got Wolfenstein prequel that looks new. That's like looks dope because it's new. And then a bunch of 360 games that are like the best of the 360 games that I did not play that I wish I had. Some Tom Clancy because I probably won't like that. Fallout 3 in New Vegas. I love AC Valhalla. You beat it all? Really? I'm jealous. I played a bunch of it and I thought I was somewhere near the middle and I realized it was barely like the opening chapter. I'm still in the first, essentially the first map. And then I like restarted for some dumb reason because I thought I had missed something. I felt stuck. Again, I made some choice that I was like, oh no, I fucked something up. And that I let that thought stay in my head, and then I didn't play it for weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months and months. And then I went back to it, Valhalla, I mean, and I was like, you know what, F it, we're starting over from the beginning. And I'd also gotten Ubisoft Plus for a hot minute, so I'd gotten all the extra stuff. One of these days, I'm going to break up with Call of Duty, because it just hogs my time. There's a keeping up with the Joneses factor with Call of Duty. This is the time sink. Or at least I'll break up with, like, trying to play the season cycle and giving a shit. I was ramping up to trying to get into ranked this upcoming year with Black Ops 7. I feel like my skill set has improved significantly, but the sweats are all out of control in Black Ops 6 because the movement gave them way too much capacity. Norway? I think it's Norway. That snowy place wherever you start, and there's all the inlets, and then you've got one blocked off place that's DLC, and then you've got to like finish a camp. You got to finish like a war or something, and then you can finally move on to the next chapter. My very, very first character in Valhalla, I got her all the way to that door, and then I was like, something's off. I did something wrong. I missed something somewhere. I want to start over. And then I came back and started over, and I don't even know what I did wrong, and I'm somewhere in the middle of that. And I kind of was like, ugh, what am I doing? I also occasionally suffer from just gaming burnout, which is depressing to me. I'm hoping that this big not stupid, but this family visit will help alleviate me of the video gaming burnout vibe. But from forever ago, I've always wanted to play through the Fable series. So here we go. As clunky and as weird and as old and as ugly as they look, I got Fable 1, 2, and 3. I may or may not ever get around to them. The goal is to do like a chaotic variety rotation and to play like my daily soccer match of Call of Duty. And then the thing is, any single given game is a time sink. It is just going to suck your time even if you're trying to play it a little bit. And I love that. It's great. But, anyways. Have I eaten? I cannot for the life of me remember if I have or have not eaten. But I thank you for joining me. I'm feeling like I'm going to suck at Call of Duty today, which is embarrassing. And it's Friday, and I meant to keep this episode short and then come back strong with something from my list of first impression reviews. Ooh, another one that I recently got is this Lara Croft game. It's the oldest Lara Croft game that I got that isn't the classic original triangle-shaped Lara Croft. But this one looks like it plays more like Diablo than anything else. So I was a little bit curious about playing it. First impression games, I'm willing to just play the one time for like an hour or 2 or 3 and then never touch them again. Unless they're super awesome. Sometimes I cannot play Diablo-style games because the isometric fixed camera and jagged edge weirdness does weird optical effects in my head. Like the maps look like they're inside out and inverted and upside down. Like that one. I have played Gears of War and I couldn't hang with it. It felt. I thought about giving it another try. Here, let me be really honest with you, White Wolf. For better or worse, and I don't say this as a flex because I'm not particularly good. I don't say this as a point of pride because I'm not a prideful person. I don't say this as like a irrational, like immovable argument. Like I'm flex. I want to be flexible. I want to be known for playing all these different games and putting in the effort to try to get halfway decent at them. But too many times, and Gears of War is a perfect example. So is Weird West or Wild Doom West or whatever. I thought it would be a bit like Red Dead Redemption, but with ghouls and monsters and zombies and stuff. But it played more like Gears of War. And there are certain games, whether or not they are trying to be like Call of Duty. Hold on. And this, I really should be a little bit embarrassed by this because it undermines my own probably overly ambitious idea for my gimmick here. But there are way too many games, as long as they are not RPG games. Although in RPG games, it's funny. I always want them to play more like Call of Duty movement, but keep all the RPG stuff. But anything that is a first-person shooter, especially if it's multiplayer, if it's co-op, if it doesn't move like Call of Duty, my brain there's a little part of my brain that just sits there and it's like, oh, I don't like this because it doesn't move like Call of Duty movement. I want it to move like Call of Duty movement. Okay, it's like Gears of War. Yeah, if I do remember firing up Gears of War and playing the first itty bitty bit of movement tutorial, and it was like press A to go to that object, and like there would be A's everywhere, and so like depending on where you were facing the closest object, you would go to cover that. It's a lot smoother than Gears of War, you say. That's a good sign. It definitely looks like it's prettier and moves better than Gears of War. Gears of War definitely felt really old. And I dabbled in it. I did my first impressions playthrough of the first 20 seconds of Gears of War before they dropped the update thing, the remaster or whatever. And I wasn't about to pay for it, so I don't know if that plays better or not. But out of respect, good sir, I deeply appreciate and feel a warm, tingly, friendshipy online. We don't know each other, but it's, acquaintanceship, good vibes of you being a well-established guildmaster in this game, encouraging me to check it out. You're doing great networking as opposed to people who do annoying, like irritating networking. That it's like stop. And it makes me want to check it out and play it. The part of me that knows my brain, especially my hand-eye coordination, is very worried that I'm going to want to play it and I'm going to be like, it's not like Call of Duty. I want it sliding and jumping. And I will do my darndest, my absolute bestest of my bestest to get through playing Division 1 and Division 2 through the full tutorials until it like opens up the multiplayer option and I can check out the multiplayer without giving in to that like I want to quit because it's not Call of Duty style. Because I want to play all these other games, and that happens with everything. Like the first time I fired up Morrowind, I went Call of Duty, and I'm like, no, come on, I don't think I'll ever play through all of Morrowind. It's too huge. The AI in Div 2 is better than 1. That's to be expected, I suppose. The enemy uses tactics and gets better the higher the difficulty. Ooh. That sounds both fun and intimidating. I want to assure you that I will play these games with an emphasis on getting into Div 2. I want to play Division 1 just to like get a little bit of a grounding into the lore and the style and the mechanics, and then so I can appreciate whatever improvements and differences and betterings might happen in Div 2. And I'm the kind of guy, if I have access to the franchise, I like to dip my fingers in all the franchise. I have, well, not anymore technically, but I have a lot of Assassin's Creed games, and I had the Ubisoft Plus pass for a hot minute. So I had every single Assassin's Creed game except for one that for whatever reason isn't on the pass. And I went through like a week and a half's worth of session where my episodes were all like, now we're going to play this game. We're going to play through the tutorial. And in some of them, the movement is atrocious. Like, why does it change? Because they have to change it or else it would be boring and it would be the same game every time. But is my cynical answer. And they got to give the developers and the coders something different to do or else they would get bored. But I loved it, and I wanted to rotate and play through all of the Assassin's Creed games. I didn't, and then to save on budget, I trimmed out paying for the Ubisoft Pass all the time. I'll bring it back up again. But like I'm showing you, are we looking at the right thing? Oh, we're back on main cam. Let's go back over here. I've got a bazillion games I want to get through, and I love and appreciate, I respect and appreciate and love in that fun friendshipy, I don't know you kind of way. No weirdness, no cringe factor. But I've got a super duper duper brand new, super pretty looking thing that's also mech, and I love mech stuff. And a bunch of old ones and a bunch of ones that I did a first impression review and haven't touched. And I loved Baldur's Gate 3 so much. And I remembered loving Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 a lot, even though I don't like isometric fixed camera that much, that I went ahead and got those. It's just too many games. At some point, I want to actually make progress. My allegiance, for better or worse, seems to be with Call of Duty. Even though I'm not a nostalgia buff where it's like the older games were better. No, the newer games are better. Everything since Modern Warfare 2 has been better than, in terms of movement and my ability for my brain to do what I want the character to do and to make that make sense. Doesn't mean I'm amazing at the game. I'm looking forward to Black Ops 7. Although wall jumping will probably piss me off. But all the rest of it, the movement will otherwise be what I was hoping they would tone down from Black Ops 6. Wall jumping is a level at least it's not wall jumping and jetpacks. Thank God. But that's for Advanced Warfare if they reboot that, or Infinite Warfare if they reboot that. At that point, you're wearing mech suits. But that's a whole nother thing. But I'm supposed to play through all the campaigns. And I don't have 100% completion on collecting them. But let's put it somewhere in the high 90s. 96, 97, somewhere up there. And the older they get, the worse they look and the clunkier they are. And I'm not afraid to be a bit of a snob, even with the franchise that I want to be completionist about. It's probably not going to happen. I'm probably not going to play World at War. I've seen gameplay footage, and I've got World. I forget which one it is that I've got that I'm like, I cannot stand how it looks. I cannot stand how it sounds. I cannot stand how it moves. But it's Call of Duty, and I want to play it. All right, let me see what I'm catching up. Once you get to the White House in Division 2, the game opens up. But until you get to level 40 and start your SHD levels, you don't have access to all the game offers. Ooh. Okay, DZs are available to you once you get to the White House, but you wouldn't recommend it. That makes sense. I get it. They're all built to be approachable, but like, I guess if I were an industry mogul and if I could say something, if I had a platform to say something to the industry, be like, hey, dear video gaming industry, can we slow down a little? They make every game as if you have the time to dedicate like a chunk of your life on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to just that game, right? To, like, out of all the games that I've dabbled with for the live stream, the one that I technically perform the most competitively at, that if I played it and only it, I would rank the highest in its competitive ranked mode, is Call of Duty Mobile. For some reason, I can't make myself do that, even though I know that if I just abandoned all the other games, and for every live stream, every day, for 6 hours a day, if I played ranked, I would get to the highest, I would get on the leaderboard of the highest tiers. Because I played decently enough, and part of it is just a time grind, because it's point accumulation. If your win-loss ratio is positive, and you're winning more than you're losing, you're going to just net gain points for the leaderboard over time. And I've read reports that all the highest ranking Call of Duty mobile players are actually people that are cheating the system and playing and recruiting a team of real life friends. They're all like kids, and they got their brothers and sisters all playing on the same account so they can take turns. Like one's doing homework and the other one's playing Call of Duty, so they can just drop way more hours that any one individual could. And those people don't play other games. I thought it would be fun and clever and weird and interesting and engaging if I played a audience engagement driven, chaotically rotating, plurality, chaotic variety list of games. Like, you wouldn't rank because you don't play PvP anymore. That's fair. You can only play what you really enjoy playing. I wanted to enjoy playing ranked on Xbox, and I did not because the level of competitive trash talk is so brutal. I got dressed down and called out for being a total bot noob back in Modern Warfare 2 because after a couple of months of learning the game and figuring it out, and it was my first year. I had had a couple of other Call of Duty games for like 3 months, and then Modern Warfare 2 beta, and I felt really good about it. It was the best performance out of all the Call of Duty games I was putting out. My highest KD ratio. Not an impressive number, right? Like, an impressive KD ratio is above 3. Like, that's like, whoa, what? You're getting 4 and 5? I'm lucky if I'm averaging a 1.5, right? I am mediocre at best, but I love playing the games. And I got a false sense of security because before I started collecting, I was playing Call of Duty Mobile mostly, and the ranked system works a little differently, and the matchmaking system isn't quite as sweaty, and I think I guess it's weighted in such a way that as much that your amount of time and just sheer point accumulation counts in a way that, like, if you lean into it, you can rank pretty decently up on those leaderboards. I once got to the entry level of the highest tier, and there's like 8 or 10 levels in each tier, or whatever it is. I forget. But that was once a year and a half ago, and that was pretty much the only game I played. Now I've got a bunch of different games that I really fancy that I want to get into, and all the competing games that are similar that I want to keep in touch with as if I was a video game journalist, but just like a vibe reporter, like the Halloween scene in Valorant. What's with the Halloween vibe over on what is it called, Fortnite? I want to drop in and do weird, like, goofy pretend reports like that. But maybe that is too inconsistent of a model. New comment from White Werewolf. PvP is too much BS to you. Reminds me of a hamster in a wheel. It can be. I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo, man. I have weird tastes. I love MMOs, but then I avoid people in MMOs. I'm such a solo lone wolf grinder in MMOs. I want to team up for the big stuff, at the end game stuff, but I also, counterintuitively, want to set up guilds. But I also just like having my me time in an MMO and just running around and minding my own business and doing my own shit. In an MMO that lets me. I've also abandoned playing MMOs. I was trying to be really into, what's it called? Elder Scrolls Online. And I love it, even though it's a little old and a little dated. But they keep dropping new content, and I was like, this is thousands of hours worth of stuff. And all my characters, I have this obsession with MMOs. If they let you have 10 characters, I will roll 10 characters. And then I can never decide what should be my primary. You used to be pro competitive Halo. I have a nephew that went pro for a hot minute. And I feel as if I missed an opportunity if I had realized that I could have gone pro somehow. I also missed the boat on streaming. If I knew I could be streaming cozy, easy, fun, cheesy games, I would have set myself up to do that forever ago. And being a fun, goofy, back when no one was doing anything. Because I would have had the same idea. I would have been like, oh man. I don't know when Twitch launched. But if I had been like a day one Twitch streamer, I would have been like, what's up? Reporting to you live from the iPad. Let's check out this new game that just dropped. Blah, blah, blah. And I would have been like the first guy doing that. But I did the same thing with YouTube. When YouTube dropped, and there was no such thing as live streaming back then, YouTube was like for your home videos and or your production videos for like you're advertising something. Two members of your original team went on to create MLG. I know that I ought to be impressed by that, but I'm such a not like deep in the community. I've been out of it for so long. I do not know what MLG is. Major League Gaming. I bet. Yes. That's impressive. I have weird aspirations about writing fan fiction about gamers that are plucky, motley crew, rough and tumble noobs, and through hard work and dedication over time become good enough to enter the competitive esports market and at least become novelty entertainment teams. And it's based on, wouldn't it be fun if I could do that in real life? I don't think that I wasn't skilled enough when I started streaming, that's for sure. I don't know that I will become skilled enough. But I don't know that I'm doing it the right way, trying to rotate and play a bunch of different games. I do know that I love gaming and I want to play through them all because I missed out on so many years worth of video games. And I'm annoyed that awesome new games keep coming out that I can neither afford in money nor in time. Even though I've got yes, it is Major League Gaming. I'm in awe. That's impressive, dude. Congratulations. But here we go. Yeah. What was I saying? I probably should take a break because I don't think I've eaten all day yet. And I'm trying to do this thing where I do shorter, tighter, more specific episodes and then come back faster in between breaks. But I always get distracted and end up doing something else. And I got to get ready for this big visit coming up. And like I've whittled away my prep time. And I still have a lot of stuff to do. I'm supposed to not stream this weekend, but that makes me freak out. So I say all that. You change your original gamer tag because of how famous and infamous it had become. Really? Ooh, now I realize now that perhaps I am in the company of a gaming legend. I'm going to be embarrassed if I don't know it. I'll be embarrassed also, not embarrassed, but like impressed with myself in a sort of, oh, duh kind of way if I do know it. I don't want to pressure you to reveal your famous/infamous gamer tag. I also want to reveal that the big reason I may not know it is because I literally missed out on the first 20 years of Xbox gaming. Did not play Halo. You were Cerberus X. That does ring a bell of recognition. I'll be honest. I cannot pretend to rattle off your achievements the way like a fan would. So I apologize. That's embarrassing. I wish I was like, you're that guy that did this and held the record for that and won this thing. I can't. I don't have that level of... But that does ring a like, ooh, that's not a complete stranger's name. You know? Like, there is that bing, that faint, soft Tibetan meditation bell struck with a padded thingy instead of with like a really hard stick. It's got one of them pads. You know what I'm saying? Cerberus Ex Machina. Ooh, cool. I get both those references, I think. Isn't Cerberus the dog, the three-headed dog that protects the entry to hell? And Ex Machina is a reference to Deus Ex Machina, the god of the machine, which has got multiple inferences associated to it, not the least of which is it's got a direct tie to one of the things at the end of Ghost in the Shell. And Ghost in the Shell is itself a transliteration from English to Japanese to back to English of of Deus Ex Machina. And if I'm not mistaken, Deus Ex Machina is originally Latin, and from a Latin play. And I'm a theater nerd. That's why I know it. It comes from theater. Somewhere in the mists of theater history. Yes, Hellhound in the Machine. Yeah. That's a nice cross-cultural cyberpunk cross-reference with many layers. I know the name of the dog because of theater history, because we had to study all the Greco-Roman plays, and you have to do an overall overview of the pantheon to get kind of grounded in it. And I know Deus Ex Machina because I think it was the title of a play at some point, but it was also the name of a gimmick or stage mechanism, stage play / script writing mechanism, where it was a trend for Hot Minute because it's considered a little controversial and edgy, and also then it became funny and comedy to, like, at the very last minute have some sort of theatrical, often mechanical or puppeteered representation of a savior god. And it was the god. If some critic was like, there's always the god in the device, the god in the machinery of literature and theater, wherein this tragedy is saved. And then somebody used it as a title for a play, if I'm not mistaken. And then it was, of course, I have it right here. I have not played it yet. Deus Ex Machina, the video game. One of those video games I was like, this is too cool. Even though I will be cringy, like, oh, I wanted to play like Call of Duty. It's too historic that I need to play it. And I've yet to fire it up, really. You were the first one to drive a Warthog up into a building and snipe with the rail cannon on it out of a window. OMG. Consider me a newly discovered fanboy. Because that's awesome. That's an effing dope thing to want to do. Do you not play Halo anymore? That's another franchise that, like, I literally tried installing the Halo Infinity multiplayer install, the Commander Chief story collection set, and the other ones, and tried to fire up and play them, and then I was just, like, overwhelmed by how different the mechanics felt and how big, huge it was all, and I was like, I'm not going to play this. And forever, the nephew that I was referencing, he almost went pro. He was recruited by some pro team for being really good at Halo. I forget what his gamer tag was. But he was really, really, really good at Halo. And he used to challenge us at family gatherings. Like, for a hot minute, for like a couple of years there, like the cringy, embarrassing video game nerd moment of Thanksgiving was getting our asses handed to us as, like, grown-up video gamers by our nephew, who we got introduced to video. We introduced him to his first platform, who went on over the subsequent years to become obsessed with Halo and become really good at it. You do play the last Halo campaign. You liked the open world. Huh. I don't know which one that is. I would play an open world Halo game. Especially if it's, like, on Game Pass or something. Let's go to the store before we leave. I would check it out. I've tried that. That's another one I'm on the wrong department. iPad is not plugged in. Let's see what we got in the Halo franchise. I literally went several months having... There we go. I had Halo Infinite Multiplayer, and Halo the Master Chief Collection installed. I did not try installing Halo Guardians. There's the Master Chief Collection. I don't know what the difference is between one and the other. Infinite? You played Infinite? That's the open world style? Well, there you go. See, it's installable. You might suck me into, because that's a classic, and I have vivid memories. I forget which title it was, but my nephew would be like, "Let's play Halo," and I'm like, dude, I suck at first-person shooter games." And he's like, "Come on, I'll teach you," and he would try to teach me, but his settings were like hypersensitive, so like I would just spin out of control and not be able to do anything. It was embarrassing, but because I've been grinding Call of Duty, I've generally gotten better at first-person shooters in general, and the whole thing about if there's like an overarching, it's supposed to makes my show unique, is that I'm an old school gamer that like I played Pac-Man in an arcade before you could play it at home, but I missed out on nearly 30 years worth of gaming history, and now, for better or worse, I've got all this time and the ability, even though I don't have the best streaming technology. Apparently my stream looks like shit to people, and that's why I don't have any audience. Although I'm fine-tuning it. I'm continuing to fine-tune the settings. Hopefully the most recent adjustment didn't mess it up. I was very tempted to I think I installed Halo Infinite and Halo Infinite multiplayer before. Those three, if there's like 4 of them, there's 4 that I could install that are on Game Pass, and then Halo Reach is on sale for $8. I would have to delete like a huge chunk of games to get that to fit. So I'm not gonna initiate any downloads right now, but it's definitely a pin on the corkboard, as I like to say. It's a little mental reminder for me right there, that I should probably give them a look-see and think about getting into them. Gotta quit out my game so it's not sitting there corrupting memory. So is Guardians. Reach and ODST were good. I've heard about those. So is Guardians. Yeah. Again, the fact of actually missing out is my FOMO. That fuels this, and it's a bummer and an embarrassment to me that I have many days where I feel burnt out and I just can't bring myself to pick a game to play. And that's sad. I need to get over that. Coffee sometimes helps, but often it doesn't, and I just sit here, drink the whole coffee, get amped up, and then crash out, and I can't figure out what to play, and then like do something else instead. As you've seen from my collection, these are just the games installed on my disc, and I've got the decent sized internal drive, and then I got a 2 terabyte or 3 terabyte. How big is my freaking drive? My external drive is how big? No, come here. Manage. Oh yeah, 1 terabyte internal drive. No, 800 gig, and I guess 1 terabyte. Oh, and I've got the 4 terabyte last generation external drive. That's where that number was coming from. So because the theory was I can store games that I'm not playing because I'm not playing them. I don't need them to launch from there. That's only just been a headache of juggling them back and forth. Good grief. And then still often not playing them enough. So I've got way too many games, as we've reviewed. And I've got to figure out, I don't want to see all those. I want to see only I've got 107 games installed. And I've got to get way more focused and clear out the ones that I just wanted to play as a dip my toe into them and test them out. Like Keeper is super cute. Am I going to play all the way through it? If it's shorter than I realized some Sunday, I have gotten first impression games that I didn't think I was going to play all the way through, and then I played all the way through them. You have 1 terabyte internal, 2 terabytes SSD, and an 8 terabyte external. You got me beat by half. We probably have a bunch of overlap. Who knows? For example, I'm deeply shamed. I have gamer FOMO shame. I used to have factual missing out. Well, it's still factual. I now have access. I have this game. I have not played, for example, Skull and Bones in forever. And like I was mentioning, I was looking for like something cool MMO that was unique and different and not exactly the same dungeon grind. I tried to fall in love with the Neverwinter Xbox MMO, but they only let you roll 3 characters. And that sort of pissed me off because I want to roll all the classes and you had to pay money to unlock them. And it just sort of played really, like it felt really old. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, I already mentioned Whatchamoozle. I got sucked into that for a while. I fell in love with the trading card game in Elder Scrolls Online. And Skyrim, a classic game that's massive and huge, that some people have 3, 4, 5, 6 different playthroughs on, and wild stories about having done that. I've gotten about, 10, 15 hours in, and you baited Skull and Bones, not a fan. Were you one of those people that wanted it to be more like Black Flag and have on land fighting? I can respect that. I don't think they made it clear what it was going to be. People wanted it to be I read about that controversy. I love it for what it is. And I cannot deny it. I like those big boats, and I cannot lie. And I don't mind that there's no fighting on land. I did totally abandon it, though. I have not touched it in forever. It recently got at least 2 updates I haven't touched. Too many games, my friends. You like ship battles. Yeah, you know why I liked it? I previously nerded out and briefly played for a while the World War II battleship game that is super dope. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's simple multiplayer matches. I think that game would be dope if it had a campaign mode that was solo player or co-opable, where you were part of a NPC fleet, and if you could add up to like whatever, and then the rest of the fleet was NPCs, and but you could add your co-op team. What is it called? I uninstalled it eventually. It was too slow of a grind, and I just kept dying. But I liked it. For some reason, I really like Skull and Bones, even though it was very much just like that, but different. I guess I like what I liked about Skull and Bones that it wasn't. It's multiplayer. You can't play Delta Force or Ready or Not. Too realistic. Delta Force just feels... I don't like the sound effects in Delta Force. I installed it here. I have also installed it on my iPad. I forget which one of the two. The very, very first time I played it, I could not see, and I think it hadn't installed the textures. I could not see who was shooting me. Battlefield 6, I kind of regret getting. I had tried the other Battlefield games before. Very similar to Halo, I had gone through a phase where I installed as many of them as I could install and tried playing them. I didn't fall in love with any of them. Could I have given them a bit more of a chance? Probably. Could I have played them a little more intensely or tweaked the settings a little more intelligently to get it to work better for me? Probably. Then Battlefield 6 came out, and there was so much hype, and like gamers I know, like the few gamers I socialize in real life are these kids that work at the convenience store where I get my coffee. And one of them challenged me to play all the Battlefield campaigns. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That's what I do on my live stream. Or I try to do. That's what I fail to do on my live stream. You're a combat vet. Oh, that's right. I can respect that. It's a different kind of it's too real. Yes. Sir, thank you for your service. And I'm sorry and I apologize that happens to be the case. And I can totally understand. I can relate how being a combat vet would make any of these games either more appealing or less appealing, even the ones that are not super realistic. So, yeah, I can't relate, obviously, but I can understand intellectually and relate through that. So, you are more than welcome to. I did install. I would guess probably Rainbow Six has got something similar going on with it. I did install Battlefield 6. And like I was showing off, Battlefield 1 and 4. They're up here somewhere. There they are. This is the chaos as a gamer. Speaking as a gamer, the chaos is crazy. Standard Battlefield 6 multiplayer is a little bit like if Call of Duty suddenly was as intense in the chaoticness as Helldivers, because suddenly you've got all this machinery. We had tanks and stuff in the large maps in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, but it's not the same. This is just crazy. I get why people like it. I get why people don't like it. I kind of lament spending the money on it. I could have just reinstalled the ones that are available on Game Pass, 1 and 5, 4, and the newest, the one right before this, 2024, or whatever they called it, which is, I guess, technically 5. There's so many games, though. Ugh. There's a couple of looter shooters that I liked the idea of, but that didn't stick. Like the first Descendant, I did a beta test on this, and I liked the promise of some kind of interesting development in the story idea here. But I also mistook it for an MMO. I thought Helldivers was MMO style. I thought you had different planets and it was just an open world madness, and you would join missions that way. But it's fine. It makes up for not being open world by being pretty overwhelmingly over the top chaotic in a way that's approachable but challenging and still satisfying. Oh wow, really? That's interesting. Kudos to you for giving it a shot. And also, I'm sorry to hear that. I can totally respect if you just like backed out of doing that beta. I forget why I didn't do the beta. Was it just I forgot to sign up, or did I forgot to? I think I had to have pre-ordered it, and I wasn't sure. And it wasn't until it actually landed and I saw people playing, and that this gamer acquaintance sort of challenged me to get it. But yeah, don't play it if it's triggering. There's no sense in that. Unless it helps. I mean, I don't know. I can totally understand how it would cut multiple ways. I can totally understand how somebody would be like, I can't play any video games because any of it, even the cartoony stuff, could be activating in a challenging way. I've got to restart RoboCop. I got so many games. I'm feeling the overwhelm of like the FOMO clashing with the executive indecision dysfunction. Like, I do not know what to focus on next. And part of me is like, I should be grinding Call of Duty, gosh darn it. I'm supposed to be doing a franchise collection thing. I've been saying I was going to do this somewhere at some point between now and when Black Ops 7 drops. Because I know that when Black Ops 7 drops, I'm just going to get super fixated with that for a while because it's going to be new, even though it's the same. It'll be satisfying. So, brr. Good grief. Where to go next? First Descendant has changed a lot since it came out. It's part of both betas and have the game too. It's not bad. It became too grindy. Yeah, I was kind of feeling the grind vibe before too. And if that part's not, the change might be welcome. I'll check it out. But if it's still feeling grindy, it felt grindy when I was checking it out. But let's be real about something. I think we're both of an age that we can admit that any game, no matter how adorable or how much we like it, all games, we can play them enough to get to a point where, like, yup, that just feels too grindy, too repetitive, too anything. Like, one of the complaints I've seen Helldivers players are like, quit the game and demand on social media, people post their demands. They're like, this game, there's somebody out there on a campaign to proclaim it dead because the player count peaked so hard when it dropped on Xbox, and now it's like mellowed out. Because I think one of the things about Xbox players is they love collecting games. I mean, that must be true of PC players as well, and of PlayStation players. But I think there's two kind. If you have to go with the there's two kinds of people kind of thing, which I do not believe in. But if I had to make one up for gamers, I do think you could say that there's two kinds of gamers. The kind of gamers that will really focus on one game for an extended period of time, like for several months, and then until they feel like they've really maxed it out. And then others that live constantly on the edge of their seat for the next horizon, the next new game that is going to be an obsession too, but they're trying to play all the, like me, that are players like me. Like, it's only by accident that I kind of get settled into a rhythm of like, I'm fixating on this game. My intention is to be like, I should be playing a little bit of Palia today, and or a little bit of RoboCop, and or a little bit of Skull and Bones. It's my intention to play it that way is undermined by the fact that any game, even a quote casual game, is designed to get you sucked in. You can't agree with that. To you, even Division 2 can't be accused of being too grindy. It's fun grindy. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I'm just saying, with a cynical enough perspective, one can reduce all of video gaming to a waste of time. And I've had my moments of like flirting with that feeling. But maybe I'm just all over the place. I envy the people who are like, yeah, I've played Cyberpunk 2027 3 times. And I'm on my 4th playthrough of this game. And I also am a known competitive, respected player in this one other game. Like, I really envy that. I aspire to that, but also I keep hitting this wall of like, I can neither pick what to play through next, what to focus on for the afternoon, let alone the rest of the week. And then also, I just have days, weeks, where I just don't want to play anything. It's way too easy when my family's in town to be like, I guess I'm not going to live stream. Because I just don't. Anyways, I'm trying to counter that. To that end, forgive me, friend. I don't mean to get engaging with you and then disappear. I feel like I'm not going to be good at Call of Duty at all today. I need to get back on it. I need to get back on my Call of Duty collection completionist project and start playing the campaigns. You still find, I love games. I love the fact that that is something that many games have and that the gaming industry sometimes does really well. Like discovering new things in a game that you've been playing for years is mwah. It's a level of satisfaction that I missed out on because I knew it was happening. B, have now had a bit of satisfaction in the years that I've been doing this now. Like I said, I'm kicking off my 4th year anniversary of this project. It's ramped up. Everything's gotten a little bit better. My graphics output has gotten a little bit better. I finally figured out Streamlabs, and my skill set has improved. And there's some games like War Robot Frontiers. It may or may not change a lot, but it'll probably, at the core mechanics, stay the same. The way Mech Arena has been around for like 6-7 years now, and it's visually changed and improved a lot, but the base core mechanics are the same. I love that little game. Helldivers has made a lot of noise, official statements that they want to be a forever game, and they're not going to constantly try to change it, that they're going to build long-term improvements and focus on also the little things, that quality of life stuff, and interesting content, innovative crossover stuff. It's a cute game that you could overdo it and it can get grindy, but also there's something about the randomness of it, and I don't know, maybe it's the friendly fire that you can't turn off. As long as you're not a hater, that it's just too funny. It makes me laugh every time I play it, and I keep wanting to go back. But today's Friday, and we're about to hit prime time. Make sure to get the DLCs for Div 2 for the full experience. If I make it through tutorial and the campaign mode is engaging me and I'm finding it satisfying, and I'm going to try to commit to add it to my roster of way too many games already, I will look into the DLCs because I have that wannabe completionist vibe in me. Thank you, as always. I appreciate that you share about it and that you're very fair and open-minded about your preferences and just acknowledging that everyone has slightly different preferences. I also have this like wistful, aspirational, half-assed, because I've been failing to do it for this entire time, this dream of featuring way more games on rotation. It may have to be like 2 games a day instead of 4 games a day. I don't know. But I'm going to do a first impression of something. There's a 60-40, 60% chance in favor, 40% against, that it may be a doubleheader of the Division 1 and the Division 2. But it may be one of these other games that I've had sitting around forever that I feel guilty about not having done their first impression review yet. So you'll forgive me. So I'll find out after I ingest some nutritional content and step outside and do a sun salutation. And when I do, if I want to make it an if, because I don't want to say yes and then never get there. If I make that threshold of like, okay, yes, my brain can handle the different movement mechanics. I find the gameplay satisfying. I want to get into this game and join the community that you've already put all that effort into joining. I will be sure to let you know. I'm sure you'll notice, because if it happens, if I get there and it clicks for me, you'll notice that I'll start doing Division 1 or Division 2, probably Division 2 more often. Division 2 streams more often. You'll probably get, and I'll try to remember to send you a whisper or something. So, tune in for that. I've been saying the same thing about Warzone, and it's free, and essentially I don't even have to buy Call of Duty. I could have just been playing Warzone this whole time, which is one of the big games. It's like, I didn't even realize Call of Duty dropped a game every year. Division 2 is the better one, I figured. Just because I have the weird, nerd level. Mind you, I'm not actually a completionist. I have never officially finished any video game ever. That's technically a lie. There's one little itty bitty cute video game that I got to the end of sometime during this live stream journey. But also, that was a shock and a surprise. It was a fun, atmospheric, explore and solve puzzles games and learn the story. That's right, we're friends on XP. I'll send you a message on XP. But I wanna caveat that there is, on that front, whether I do the first impression review today or not, separate from that, there is a 60-40, maybe 75-25% chance that my brain is going to reject the movement mechanics. Even though I'll try. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to definitely, once I do the first impression review, I'm going to try to play it as part of my almost daily rotation for several days to try to burn past that. There's always a voice in my head. I'll be playing Fortnite and I'll be like, I wish this moved more like Call of Duty. I'm like, shut up, silly voice. Fortnite is fine. I'll be playing Helldivers and be like, oh, I wish I could slide. I wish I could slide cancel. That's what it's called. This annoying little voice that does it. It does it inside the Call of Duty games, bro. Just to be fair about it. Ever since I played Black Ops 6, once or twice during the course of the year, I've gone back and played several other Call of Duty games for a match or two. And I've just been like, oh, I wish the movement was as good as Black Ops 6. True. Everyone does have their likes and their dislikes and their tolerances. But I'm ambitiously trying to be famous for... maybe I'll get famous for failing to get good at all of these different games simultaneously. But I got to go big or else it's never going to get famous, right? So I'll be back after a brief meal break and a decision-making crisis. I don't know which... Part of me really wants to do Fable. Because I always really wanted to play Fable. Part of me wants to play the Dragon Age one, because that one's way prettier looking. And part of me is like, you've got too many games, you need to like delete a bunch and just give up on this. So I'm going to have to wrestle with that while I'm gone. But as always, thank you so much for dropping by. Your viewership is deeply appreciated because you are one of the awesomest real people that is also like a smart, intelligent adult. That comes by and actually has fun, interesting things to say. Who knows? Maybe Division 2 will win me over completely, and the fact that you've got a big community with structure and a little bit of that military coordination vibe, maybe that'll just organically grow into my primary game. I don't know. I do feel like I owe Far Cry and Red Dead and it's No Man's Sky. Oh my god, I love No Man's Sky so much. And I've literally not fired it up in over a year. And there's like crazy new shit that's dropped. No Man's Sky could have been like my forever game. I could have gone one game. If they'd added a matchmaking, you had to go somewhere to an arena to play matchmaking, 6v6 Call of Duty style, on the ground, soccer match fighting, PvP and PvP stuff in multiplayer style and in battle royale style, I would never have played any other game ever. But they won't. They never will, I don't think. Good times. Okay. I could ramble on forever and then feel like a weirdo. Thanks again. Oh, did my outro music already play out and then it ran out of stuff? Okay. I was supposed to have ended the show. All right. Peace out. I'll be back in like an hour, I think. 60-40, it'll be Division 1 and 2 that I do this next impression. But you'll forgive me, please, if I pick something else. There's some things that I'll feel guilty if I don't fire up and play just to get them started. Because I've been, there's so many, I showed you. There's so many lists, so many games on the backlog. All right. Peace out. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you do. And thanks again. I always appreciate it when you drop by and chat about stuff. And shout out to everybody else, especially anybody that's been waiting for my videos on demand, either on Twitch or on YouTube archive, to get fixed so that I finally have video again. Although we didn't play anything today, or this episode. I played a little bit and I sucked and I wanted to get the F out of there. I should be good to go on that audio. And apologies again, anybody who's watched this episode over the course of the next several days. Once again, let me end on an apology that for a week straight, my saved video wasn't saving the... I figured out what setting was wrong. I felt so dumb. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.